Let's hear the music.
Do, 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 do. Hello, I'm Dr. Michelle Maras, and this is
Dr. Smiley, and we're going live, live, live.
not going. We are live.
Oh, yeah, we are. Okay.
Yes.
Hey, good to be
Welcome to
live.
Amplifluence.
Yes, Amplifluence is a great way to actually amplify influencers and go around the country and honor them for doing great things. Kind of cool.
Just a little bit cool.
We've met
Now,
some cool people because of it.
yes, we do, and we've met a bazillion. A bazillion is that even a number?
It is a little bit bigger than a quadrillion.
Okay. Well, first of all, we have to say happy birthday to people because we've
You know,
missed 2 weeks of birthdays.
well, I'm not even going to do 2 weeks. I'm just picking the 10th. That's 5 days ago, and I'm going to go into like 3 or 4 days. Is that cool?
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So, Anil Gupta, I want you to meet him. He'd be great for your podcast. He has the Secret of Happiness book. Awesome guy. Jeff Hoffman, who asked a question in a long line at a airport. He had waited in line 45 minutes, and then he got his ticket. He says, I waited 45 minutes to get a printed ticket, and he's turned to everyone. He says, hey, would you guys pay more money if there was a kiosk that actually printed your ticket for you? So he's the one who designed and patented the kiosk, and he was also the owner of Priceline. I mean, he's done all kinds of cool stuff. Um, so their birthdays were on the 10th. Sammy Ramirez, who's a secret knocker, her birthday was on the 10th. Tammy Turner here in Baltimore, a model and singer, she's the 10th. Cameron Dawson trained my son as a in Taekwondo, 7-time world champion in Taekwondo. And Michelle, one of my favorite moments was asking him, okay, you're a 7-time world champion. What does that mean exactly? And he says, that means no one beat me. And I was like, oh, okay, got it. Mark Rober, who has Crunch Labs that Kenny wants to meet. Mark Rober is in the top list of who Kenny wants to meet. He's the guy who has like 40 million views on YouTube for anything he does that's engineering. He set world records and the biggest Nerf gun, the biggest slime pit, whatever. Let's see. I'm getting pretty close here. Darlene Franklin's birthday was on the 13th. Philippe Vasquez, videographer here in Maryland. He is my solution to a lot of events here. Dan Clark, one of the best storytellers in the world. Have you met Dan Clark? His birthday was yesterday on Pi Day 3.14. Say, I got to get you connected to Dan Clark. Amazing storyteller. And I think we're up to the 15th now. And I'm going to go with Owen O'Donnell, who's a socialite here in Baltimore, and Alicia Cunningham. I got to connect you to her because she wrote a book about hair, and she made a documentary about it. And then we have the mayor, Stephanie Rawlings Blake. His birthday is on the 17th. Is that that's St. Patty's Day? Okay. And Callie Ocampo, we met in Dallas at TK's event. I kind of call it TK's event. Becca Taban is a health and fitness person. Her birthdays are on the 18th. Sean Foster on the 19th. And Linda Sunshine West on the 19th. And Manny Lopez on the 20th. I feel complete. You're like, that was way more than a minute.
Yes, it was. It was far more than a minute. And happy St. Patty's week for everybody.
Okay, you want me to do a drum roll for you for your turn?
Well, I no.
Well, you know what? To say just happy birthday and people just hear a name, it's kind of like I'm learning that the Keep Smiling books have a picture and a name, and it needs to. We need to figure out who's sponsoring or how people participate at a higher level, so you can QR code it and go to their TikTok or to their YouTube. Right
Wherever
now,
they want you to go, or their link tree so you can get to everything.
well,
Now, the only birthday I have, because I've known her for a very long time of her life, is Teresa Rush out of Omaha. She's my baby sister's really close friend, and her birthday's always St. Patty's Day.
well, I mean, if you want, just so you can compete a little bit and have some duration or some, I like to call it the grunt of the show. If you want to, you could, you could give some unbirthdays if you want.
Okay, let's keep going. We're short on time,
We
okay?
have, no, but we have a show, and I love that about you because you'll be like, we have got to get going right now, right now. Add Value to Life is one of our sponsors, Robert Peterson, also a champion of giving us all kinds of wonderful people in the Dose of Hope book. So God bless them. And then we have Your Success Magazine, and we have 15 more slots available for the Your Deck of Success compilation. And that means that once we get those last 15, we can make a deck of cards, and there'll be 52 wonderful people that you can play cards in your own space and get to know them better. Kind of cool.
Okay. Well, we have been traveling a lot. And so the first thing we all went to was the Best You Expo, March 3 to 5 in Los Angeles. And what is that about? What was that? Because it was huge.
Well, it's
Bernardo Moya
yeah,
ran that.
Bernardo Moya, and actually he's I went through all his books. All I got left is one Spanish book left. So this is a simple man, a man. No, I'm sorry, a man evolving.
Un hombre
Yeah,
in
un hombre
evolución.
en evolución. So this is the Spanish version, and we put it in Spanish here so we could tell that it's a Spanish version, because that way we wouldn't be confused. So
We met some amazing people there, and
we did. He had 130 speakers there, an expansive hall K, Kenethia was the hall, and we met really brilliant people
it was
there.
a convention center. It was
It was-
enormous.
Yes, and what a good amount of exercise we got too. Got to speak there, and our lovely Renee manned the table, and we actually integrated a new Airtable system that people could actually get the books for free by just entering their name and their email, and spam free. You know, people are really apprehensive about putting their information in because it turns into a spamathon. And we have on the Airtable, we say, when you put your information, we commit that we will not ever spam you.
Nope, we're too busy to be spamming people.
plus,
Next,
plus, it doesn't taste good.
we
All
went to
right,
St.
next
Salt Lake.
we had the most successful first mover and shaker mixer, which he called the positive influencers, Matt Gibbons and Kathy. Okay. So we had 100+ people show up, and we were busy taking a lot of photos, that's for sure. I wanted to say Kathy's last name, but they both did an amazing job, and I am going to say her name because I have it handy here. Isn't that cool? It's
Oh,
Kathy
good.
White. And you know what? Kathy White, I'm going to say it 2 more times, so when she hears the show, she's going to be like, man, I got it. My name said more than Matt did. So Kathy White. So Kathy White and Matt are in a compilation book by Dolly that was indirectly from Rich Parsons. So, you know, you never know when you're doing a book project, how many legs or how many connections you could make. So they were the most incredible.
Say your phone.
You know, it might be. It was my ding ding saying that I'm saying Kathy White's name too many times. That's what happens. Yeah.
Whenever you hear a bell ring.
So Matt brought some more technology into play, and all the people registered there, and we have people that are getting the QR codes. That's what made me realize that is the missing link in these books, is that what does a person do? How do I reach the person? How do I have abundance with these amazing people? So
what brought us there? What brought us there was the Legendary Leaders with Gerald Rogers. And that's kind of how Amplifluence works. If you have a big event, we will attach an Amplifluence cocktail mixer right before your event. Why? One, it draws attention to your event, but 2, it gathers people a lot easier. People want to be part of something bigger. So
And
we
3,
were there for Legendary Leaders.
And 3, we can make a book out of it, because we do. We make a book for each city. You know, we're up to something like 20 city books now.
Yeah.
And now we can do Salt Lake City.
So who's Gerald Rogers? You should look him up because he is amazing balls. He's amazing.
Yes, he is. Salt Lake City, and he is a transformational leader, speaker, and he really gave so much value to the 45 people that were there. It was a community, and he correctly deems this community a tribe. And you have usually behind you, my tribe is my vibe. And he's really identified that if you do create tribe, you create harmony. You create, and I heard someone a couple months ago, because they used the terminology like-minded, like-hearted, and someone corrected me and said, no, you don't want like-minded people, because like-minded people stay like-minded. You want growth-minded people. So Gerald gave a ton of value. What an exceptional event. And you, of course, were balancing the loss and of a friend. So my heart goes to you, because there's no time that's convenient to lose someone very special in your life. But I know that was an event that you could not enjoy as much as you would have liked to.
That is true. I was quite distracted.
Yes. And 12 days later, I came back, and here I am for a week and getting caught up on all the photos. And it's not like being back really. It's at least these first couple of days have been like just working and getting caught up. So I am tired. My eyes. I want to take my eyeballs and put them out and put them like in a glass of water and put some other eyes in, get some fresh eyes in. Hey, there's like, are you grunting? Is this the grunt time I'm supposed to be doing?
No, I'm laughing because I can hear the doggy snoring behind me.
Okay, well, we can't hear the doggy snoring, and by the way, if the doggy's snoring, that's kind of like extra background noise. That's kind of cool.
Okay, well, here's the next one.
All right,
That's where we went next.
that is where we went next. That is where we went next. What a name! That was an amazing event. 24 women from around the world, international event honoring international women with different themes. Yours was mercy. Some had love, and gosh, I can't remember all the different themes.
It's like a chakra, a wheel of all the different types of all the different levels of compassion, or
Yeah, spiritual
yes,
awakenings.
yes. But there was 24 of them, so it was pretty intensive, and it was quite the really what it was. It was honoring entrepreneurial. Successful entrepreneurial women, and then pairing them with teams around the world so we can be guides to these. Well, you saw the videos where the kids were doing little videos about what they're doing, the projects they're doing. What they did is they aligned these 24 entrepreneurs here in America to kids outside of the country.
Right, and even a rooster. They did a recording in a country in Africa. I want to say it was Kenya, but I don't know if that's 100% correct. But the gentleman who was the young man who was speaking about the time he devotes and his commitment to that community, he had a heckler, and it was a rooster, and that rooster was kicking off. And for whatever reason, they gave the mic to the rooster and not to him, because he was hard to hear, but the rooster was exceptionally loud. And the rooster came in, I would say at least 3 times, and the crowd really enjoyed the fact that there was some, like, it's like the snoring in the background with a dog. It's just an extra fun thing. We have Amplifluence, a mover and shaker mixer. By the way, mover and shaker mixer is our terminology, but we may want to have underneath it a byline that says this is for positive leaders. Yeah, positive leaders. I like that. Or did he say positive influencers? I think he said positive influencers.
I think it is positive influence. It's on the website that will.
So we had a wonderful meeting last night with Brenda Ringwood about her compilation, and it's the best you. No, it's Be the Best You, which
Be
is
the best you. Becoming the best you.
Becoming the best you. And she had her event in St. Louis, and so we're going back to St. Louis next week to do round 2. And with people seeing how great the first one was, we will have, I think, an expected jump in the numbers. We had about 35 come to the first one, and that's kind of typical for us. We get around 30ish, and then we get around 75 or 80, and then we get the big bang. And that's why I wanted to acknowledge that Matt and Kathy.
They blew that one up, and then people were dressed to the nines in Utah. I mean, it was beautiful.
I have never said this before, but I think they were actually dressed to the tens. I mean, I don't even know what a 9 is compared.
I need you to turn down the sound on your computer.
No, that's the snoring, I think.
Okay.
If the dog's snoring, then what happens is it'll ding and say, a little snoring.
So March 22nd, we'll be in St. Louis again. It's the prequel to this event, the BLN Live. And if you'd like to be there for that, let us know or go to blnlive.com.
Well, I'm doing something tricky. I'm turning down my speaker volume so I won't hear as well. So
no, not you. Is it ding on your computer or on your phone?
It's the computer.
Oh.
So it's a little tricky at this point. And I'm not using a microphone set or anything, so it's independent.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes it happens. I mean, the most awkward things happen in a live show sometimes. Snoring dogs, grunting, just crazy stuff. All right. So we are going to a couple other things.
Well, we're doing the BLN Live, and we will both be speaking. You're speaking on day 1. I'm speaking on day 2.
Okay.
And
that's his second one. He did one in December that was amazing.
And then we are going to skedoodle out of BLN Live and run to Atlanta for a book launch.
We're going to fly.
Yeah, we're flying to Bola Adepuju. She has a book launch. I love it too.
Is it out at Poju? Because I see it either. Does it?
Oh, it's out of Puju. I put an I in there. It's supposed to be a U.
Okay. Um, yeah, you can tell that this show is like, it's raw. It's real because no one would put an I and pronounce it Atapuju. But we're doing that especially for our audience today to say this is a real show. All right. How are you, Michelle?
I'm really tired.
Yeah, I know. Bravo aren't doing the show. The audience should be aware that you have been up and supporting a friend, and I went to bed at 7 after doing tons and tons of photos. So we're crawling to the show today.
Oh,
But
hi, Gordon.
is that Gordon?
Melville, in Canada.
Oh, in Canada.
We're
Okay.
going to be speaking at his event in May.
We should put a link. We should put a link to that event.
Oh, we can put that later. I can't
Oh,
put
and
it
you know
on while
what's,
we're live.
there's an exciting thing happening. Our 43rd language of Keep Smiling is coming out. It's coming out in Canadian.
Eh?
It keeps smiling, eh? So, Gordon, we have pulled the trigger. We are getting the cards in about a week. I'm so excited. Maybe 2 weeks. But
And we
I'm
met
really
Gordon at the last BLN Live.
What's that?
We met Gordon at the last BLN
Yes, we did.
Live in DC.
Yes. Yeah, he was one of our honored Canadians.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're also doing a mover and shaker People of Influence mixer in Atlanta after Bola's book launch, but we are moving it to, it's called Bar Vegan. It's at an open mall with all the food places open, just like Utah, where there's just food everywhere.
Yeah, that's
we're doing the same place. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have a lot of influence in a city and you want your city book to show up in the mix, as it were, you can find a place probably that has a lot of different foodie places, kind of more up to date. It's like going into an area and renovating and putting up this kind of industrial type of new structure with all these mini restaurants. It's almost like taking food trucks and jamming them into
It's basically how it started.
Yeah.
Oh, and Gordon, if you have the link, put it in there now. You've got the link more ready.
I dare Gordon. I dare him to put the link in our show for the event. Now, please share it with Canadians because we want to have an equal number of Canadians. We don't want to have more U.S. people to come to this event.
It's going to be awesome.
Well, one of the things that Gordon said that kind of got me a little emotional. I'm getting a little emotional just thinking about it. Is he said, we wanted you, Ken, to speak at the event because you are an American. I was like, that got me going. I mean, Gordon knows exactly what to say, and his timing was beautiful. So
I've got some friends coming up to that one. It's really cool because I've got friends I haven't been able to see who are up in Canada, and they're like, "Well, heck, that's a 2-hour flight."
Yeah, so I haven't been able to meet a lot of Canadians that I knew on Facebook, and this will be the opportunity to do so. So, Gordon, thanks for opening up the borders for us.
Gord's trying to figure out how to put the link. If it's not up there when we're done, I will put the link up because I'm pretty sure I can just cut and paste it in. But anyways, we are Amplifluence. It's Dr. Ken Rashan, Dr. Ken Smiley Rashan, and Dr. Michelle Maras. And we are traveling the world. And soon,
and actually,
a town near you.
I'm going to put something in the chat right now. And that way.
Oh, and I forgot to talk. Oh, I forgot to show Dr. Adapuju.
Okay. Yeah, put that in. I just put something in the chat. And I don't know how if you see that, I wouldn't mind you copying, pasting that and putting it in the comments section for the live.
I don't even know if I can copy and paste that into the comments. Let's see. So Ken wanted to say something, so
there. Well, I wanted to type something, so I did. I typed something. There it is. You put it in? Good.
Yes, I did.
All right. Well, I have to head out, and so do you.
Yeah, we have a meeting.
Yes, we do.
I am not high energy today, and I told Ken, it's all you. It's all you.
And I grunted through the whole thing, didn't I?
Yes.
I took the grunt of it. I love that.
Don't make fun of my English.
Hey, no one had to know you said it. You're the one who did. There was no one knew, and then you said, "Don't make fun of my English."
Well,
Um,
one of the things my friends used to tease me is I used to say, "Watch out for the curve," and I meant the curb,
yeah,
but the
curve.
V and the B were the same to me because in the Philippines, the V and the B are the same. So I
Yeah,
would say, "Watch out for the curve," and they do, "You mean the curb?" Yeah, same thing. Same thing with what I just told you, the grunt and the what? Brunt?
brunt and grunt. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very hard for me to hear the differences in those.
Well, I have never gotten to use the word grunt in a live show before, so that was really a pleasure. I look at the little wins like that. Like that is huge. Like if anyone else says, "Hey, you want to say grunt in a live show?" I'll be like, "I've done it. I've done it a couple times."
I'm
All right.
trying to share my screen to show, the Pastor Bola's book, her
Oh,
info.
okay.
So,
There you
there it is. So, it's the New Woman on Purpose benefit and book launch, and
go.
it's on March 25th at a place called Dorothy Benson Center in Atlanta. So, if you are in Atlanta and you'd like to attend, just go to that. You can just go to womenonpurpose.org. They are tracking how many people are coming because they have a building limit on how many they can fit, but I'm pretty sure you can all come. And her book, Glory in the Wilderness, is phenomenal. I was part of the editing process, and I'm telling you, her story will blow you away. And to have her share a bit of it while she's there will bring shivers to your spine. It's really cool.
And you just taught me how to say a word because I used to say feet ominal, and now know it doesn't have the T in it, so it's phenomenal. So that thank you for that.
Well, I was on Barry Shore's podcast the other day, and he kept telling me, um, you've got to shift, but
Oh
don't
yeah,
drop the F.
and we exactly, and we got a boogie.
We got a boogie. Okay, so take care, everybody. Be the best version of you. Be unapologetically you. And
And
boom.
and for Barry, go ahead and shift into a positive mindset so that you're smiling and making someone else's day, not just your own.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay, take care, everybody. Be well. Thanks for joining us. And Gordon, thanks for putting that link in. I appreciate you. Take care,
Gordon, you
everybody.
are wonderful. Take care.
Hey,
Hey,
bye.
bye.
Yeah, keep dancing because it's still not letting us go.
Yeah, well, it won't.